I would actually like for Teresa and Melissa to stay, but this is not a perfect world. So what I would do is I would give Teresa her own spin-off, and then
Well, she
I
has
would
a show. It's called The Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's
oh
her show right there.
well.
That's her spinoff.
Hey, it's a brotherhood. Woohoo!
Hey everyone, it's your bro, Mitch Kimbrough. I'm here with the bros. All right. Melissa Gorga is making it clear that she will not return to Real Housewives of New Jersey if Teresa is back.
I think I would realize that her and I are two extremely different characters, so to speak, on the show, right? So, if Bravo decides to go that route and kind of like the darker, whatever it is route, then I need to say that is not a show that I want to be on anyway, which it truly isn't. Do I hope that they do something a little fresh and new? Of course, I'm not going to lie to everyone. I do hope that there's some changes, and I don't know that I'll be a part of them. I don't. And I don't think anybody knows. But if they choose that route, then that's something I don't even want to be on it anyway.
Victor, do you think Melissa's ultimatum is a good idea?
I don't see it as much as an ultimatum, more so as a resignation, which I'm thankful for, Melissa. Thank you for your resignation.
Yay!
We saw you. Goodbye. I think she knew that she was going to be out anyway.
What has Melissa had going on if it wasn't for Teresa? Every storyline of hers has been fake. The fake sister that she was searching for. Where is that sister? Where is the baby that her and Joe wanted to have when they walked around the house holding a baby doll? You want to have a baby? There was never a baby. Where's the pizzeria? Where's the garbage truck business? I mean, we could go on, Melissa. You should be grateful. And if anything, she should say, you know what? I will film with Teresa. Because at the end of the day, that's what brought you 12 seasons into season 14. Are you kidding me? I can't with her. I can't. And I can't wait until the day when the bills is piling up and that six-figure check is no longer there because you decided to come on TV and try to take your family down for fame and fortune. And nobody will ever convince me otherwise that is not what happened.
Thirsty is not even the word, because I think she's parched. I think she's very much like the Sahara Desert. It's just no more water, but she's trying to stay relevant by doing these interviews, but every interview is about Teresa.
Listen, Eric, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Teresa does bring she can bring some conflict, but she does not bring resolution. And this show is about
That's
the
not her job.
conflict. Well, it is her job. It is Teresa's
That's not
job
her job.
to
Is this Best
Teresa's job.
Friends of New Jersey or is this Real Housewives of New
Teresa's
Jersey? I'm
part of
confused.
Teresa's job is to bring the drama, which she does so well, but then also have some
Mhm.
awareness that maybe I contribute in a way that does require accountability. The great thing about Melissa, she has the most
Does
genuine.
Melissa?
Melissa brings the most genuine relationships to the show. She has the most genuine relationships on this show. There's a reason why Melissa has
Are we
great
watching New Jersey at the
relationships.
same like?
Yes, there's a reason why
Me
Melissa
too.
has.
Every single friend that she's had on the show leaves her after the show. As soon as filming stopped, somehow they have a big fallout. Like Kathy, the cousin, as soon as the show stops filming, they don't film with Melissa anymore. Because Melissa and Joe are clowns. They just want to be on the show. Period. They really just want to be famous. She's
They
been
do.
showing us that since the moment she got on. She goes, I want to be famous. I'm going to be a pop star. Nobody cared. Now I'm going to be
And
a
what
dress
happened to
designer. Nobody
that?
cared.
Where's her music career? Another
Mama, we heard her
storyline that went
sing.
nowhere.
Teresa gooped her. Teresa said, sing, Mama. Ooh. She gooped her. She gagged
Hey,
her.
and wait a minute.
The
Let me say
teardrop
this
machine
too,
wasn't
because
available that day.
I want you guys to remember this, that Teresa never watched the show up until like what this most recent seasons. And when she watched it, she was disgusted to see the way her family dogged her and that's the thing. I feel like she has been edited as the villain this entire time because it's so easy to paint Joe and Melissa as this wounded family members who are just done so wrong.
Yeah.
Can we rewind to season 3, episode 1? And here's how we meet Joe and Melissa just dogging Teresa. Get the fuck away from us. Like, if this
You're
was not a
trash.
takedown, right? If this was not a takedown, like it was an ultimatum for Joe and Melissa. You want on Jersey, you go after Teresa, and they did it.
Yeah,
They took the deal
they
with the
did.
devil. And that's why Teresa can't have any resolution with Melissa. How do you move on? This girl won't even be honest about her nose job. Are you kidding me? You think she's gonna be honest about what she did to her family? No. She's
But
Mm-mm.
three,
Damien,
four noses later and is still alive.
but Damien,
I'm
it's
sorry, I get
not.
passionate about New Jersey, y'all.
No, you
Me
should.
too.
That's why you're on Bro
Yes.
Chat. We need Damien.
Me too.
But the thing about it is, it's not Melissa's job all by herself. It takes two people to bring a relationship back together to where it was or where it could have been or could be. It's not Melissa's
Mhm.
job all by herself. And also, Melissa is in a no-win situation because the thing about Teresa's biggest issue, it seems to be her brother with Joe, and that Melissa is not good enough for her
Mm.
brother, Joe. Except the fact that your baby brother has married this woman. They've been together for the over 20 years. She's not a new wife. There's that type of acceptance that Teresa just doesn't have an ounce of.
But I don't think that's the only issue.
It's
And
not the only
going back,
issue. It's not the only one.
I think that's the oversimplification. You
Yeah.
want to leave the show because you think it's so dark and nasty over Teresa. You came on the show because of Teresa, and she never left. She never wanted to leave. You came on with your whole issues. She never wanted on the show, and you kind of snuck around to get on the show and kind of used her as a grapple. And now you want to pull what brought you into the show away. And Teresa had no issue filming with you season after season when you would bring her personal life and her animosity with her brother on the show. She didn't have any issues. I think Melissa isn't very self aware. I think Melissa was also talking on Two Teas in a Pod. She was talking about how she had an entertainment lawyer and he used to do contracts for her on the New Jersey seasons, but then he wanted to go and represent Teresa in her legal case with her legal issues. So that was discussed, and she said she thinks it's a conflict of interest and he's an opportunist. And I'm thinking, how do you think you can recognize the opportunist so easily? Have you checked that mirror? And that's the issue. I think she doesn't have accountability. And she
Right.
doesn't have
But
an awareness. Like, what?
there's a reason why Melissa has the most genuine relationships on the current
She
cast.
doesn't. Where
She
are you getting this
does.
information
But
from?
are they
I
She
know.
genuine or
I'm
are they
does.
confused by
strategic?
that.
Danielle, Margaret,
Genuine
Is that genuine though,
Danielle,
or is that
Margaret,
fake?
girl, Danielle. She I Danielle 2 minutes ago. You know she don't like her. You
Danielle,
know she
Margaret,
don't like her.
Rachel, Jen Fessler.
Er,
The vast
er,
majority
er.
are. She has good
I
relationships
see
with.
what
There's a reason why
Mama,
Teresa is
Mitchell.
in a place. What?
I see what he's saying
Survey
from an
says
outer,
no.
like from
Survey
a
says no.
from an audience point of view and a producing point of view, we can fake it. These are the friends. Here's
Yeah.
Melissa. She's got the relationship, even though they're not real. I mean, if
Yeah,
you
it's not the fake housewives of New Jersey. Like
well,
her relationships are
unfortunately, they're
about
playing
as genuine as
politics.
Melissa's nose.
I mean, Teresa's had the most longest friendship out of anyone. She's been friends with Dolores for 20 something years. She's friends with Dina
Real
for like another
friendship.
20 something
Right.
years. I
Real
mean, she
friendship.
has real long lasting friendships. Jackie, they just got back together after 20 some years. And what did Jackie say? I got fed things from your brother and Melissa. I will say Teresa sometimes doesn't own up to her stuff. And I will say
That's
that
Yeah,
true.
she's not a saint. I will 100% say she's
absolutely.
not a saint. And I will definitely, ooh, not the
Mitch
looks.
is.
She's
Oh!
not. I mean, she's done a
But
lot of,
but I
questionable
will
things
say, if
too.
you put, of course she has. When you look at other housewives and stuff that they've done, and you really compare telling your story, like your life story, Teresa has
Authenticity.
everybody in the bag. I think she's done the most authentic storytelling out of all of them, as far as like showing her personal life.
No.
Eric, conflict that involves Teresa, you can count on there being no resolution, which holds the group back. The thing about Melissa is she's going to have her challenges with her castmates, but there will be room for forgiveness and getting on the other side. For instance, Jennifer Aydin, they've had issues, but then there's also been room for them to kind of move forward and coexist.
Yeah.
Teresa can't
I think that's an
coexist.
opportunist. I think that's an opportunist. I think that Melissa knew that. I think Melissa's trying to ice her out the best that she can. That's what I saw this season. I saw
Yeah.
Margaret and Melissa going ham, trying to ice out Teresa.
Yeah.
I will
Listen,
say
the
I think that
finale.
Melissa
Oh,
I will say that I think Melissa was trying to give Teresa a shot this season, because when the gift was delivered through Dolores to Melissa's house, the brother was the one that decided to get rid of the gift and dispose of it, while Melissa was trying to actually put it away with the rest of the gifts that they usually receive. And so to me, I think Melissa was trying to give this a shot, but she's going to stand by her husband.
Well, the finale was the first time Melissa and Teresa filmed together for season 14.
They learn from the best white trash. What else have you put in the media? Shut the f up. Sick animal. You animal. You're soulless. You're a little snake.
The group is split into two sides, Team Teresa and Team Melissa. Izzy, whose team are you on, and who would you bring back for the next season?
I'm Team Melissa versus Teresa. I would love to see Melissa return next season. I would bring her back, Margaret, Rachel, Danielle, pretty much the whole cast except Jackie.
Eric, who would you bring back between Teresa and Melissa for
Teresa
the
every
season?
day, all day. And I'm at my mama's house. I bring back Teresa, and I think Jennifer Aydin is one of the funniest housewives ever to be put on my screen because she's actually rich and she doesn't do this for money, and she has no product. She literally is just living her life. I would bring her back. I honestly think that they need to bring somebody back from Melissa's side to be able to withstand the battle because we still need a battle. I
Yeah.
am gonna go out on a limb and say Margaret would be the one I'd probably pick. And then I'd get rid of the two newbies because they disgust me beyond belief. Like I can't even. Yeah. hmm I don't like the other two. I don't like the other two, especially the other two's husband. I think he's grotesque.
How
They're
about
both
you, Damien?
handsome. Oh gosh.
Ooh, not handsome.
Um, I would I would probably bring back like Teresa, maybe Dolores, and maybe one of the newer girls, Danielle or Rachel. I can't believe I'm saying that, or maybe some of Teresa's friends or Dolores's friends. But I did want to say that if they bring back, because I see a lot of this online, bring back Rachel and Danielle and Melissa and that little group of girls that are all so fun, fun, fun. We never argue. We all love each other. If they do that, it's going to be the same as what happened with Dallas and a lot of these other housewives, where they do their best to push out the villain, and when they get the villain out, it's like, oh, they get ready to start filming the new season, and it's like, oh, we have nobody to argue with. The villain's gone. Who do we argue with now? Everybody turns against each other. It's inauthentic. It's fake. It's like we need
The
Teresa
first one
back.
they're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
drop is Danielle. That's the first one they're gonna drop if they bring him back.
Oh yeah. Well, and aside from that, I wish Carlos were here to break this down. He made a great point, and we've talked about this before. You got to look at it from an advertising standpoint. The advertising dollars. Who are we gonna invest in? Are we gonna invest in Teresa, who's been on all these different spinoffs? She's a household name worldwide. Are we gonna go with her?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we gonna go with Melissa? Like what? Come on now, come on.
Come on now.
She ain't
Victor.
lying.
I think that Melissa's little ultimatum has kind of thrown her name out of the ring to return. This season has been very draining to
Mhm.
watch, and as far as ratings, we've been going down a bit. Like, it was very consistent for a while, but it's going down. I think they probably need to choose a couple, maybe Teresa, Dolores, someone else, but I think they do need to reset a lot of the cast because there's an association to this group of people. Even though it'd be nice to, as you were saying, Eric, to bring someone back from both sides, people don't really like that type of argument and that type of thing based on its intensity. So I think they should either bring back one side or the other, and I think it should be Teresa based on Melissa's ultimatum. So Teresa and a friend, either Dolores and Jennifer, and a whole new group of people, just so that negativity and that draining, exhausting feeling we get watching the show doesn't continue and permeate to the next season.
So I would actually like for Teresa and Melissa to stay in a perfect world. That's what I would love for them both to stay and no one is let go. But this is not a perfect world. So what I would do is I would give Teresa her own spin-off and then
Well, she
I
has a
would
show. It's called The Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's
oh
her
but
show right there.
That's her spinoff.
but
Yeah,
I would but listen,
that's her
I would
show. That's who you
I
think of,
love
Teresa Giudice.
I know I love Jennifer Aydin. And if
Me too.
Teresa were to go,
Uh-huh.
then I would like to see Jennifer Aydin in that place for her to sort of, lead a lot of these conflicts. But I think about Jennifer Aydin is Jennifer Aydin's going to have some resolution. Something that I think Teresa does not deliver. She's not she delivers the entertainment, but I don't think she is great at delivering the resolution on the other side of it, which is important is the big reason why we're sort of in this space where we're at,
No,
where we're
it's
not able
both
to
of
move
them.
forward.
It's not one of them or the other, it's both of them.
I want them
Melissa and
both.
Teresa.
I want them both, but if I had to choose, I would choose to give Teresa her own spinoff.
Yeah, but would Melissa continue? That's the question. After the
Yes, I
ultimatum.
don't want
Would
Melissa
you
to go. I
So
don't.
you have
Why,
said before on
Mitch?
this panel,
I
you have
love
said before on this
her.
panel that you don't believe in ultimatums. But in this instance with your favorite Melissa, you think it's fine for her to have an ultimatum.
Call me out, honey. I'm Mitch Kimbrough. I'm a Scorpio. I prepare my brain for all the scenarios, and I knew you were gonna say that to me.
Okay.
But the thing about it
Okay,
is
let's hear your prepared response.
Melissa is my exception to this rule only because she's making it very clear that she knows that Teresa is not going to move forward in her resolution with anyone she has a conflict with. So we're going to be right back here in a future season, but instead of Melissa, it's going to be someone else that Teresa can't move forward with.
No,
So
because Melissa
I'm
and
with it.
Teresa's situation is
No.
unique to them because she's someone who they
Mm-hmm.
had issues with long before the show, and
Mm-hmm.
with it, that involves her brother and her family. I don't think you can
Yeah.
compare those to all those situations. And I think if Melissa is your exception, that's a loose rule because of all the people in terms of value for a network, that would be a loose exception. It's not someone who brings in loads of
Mm-mm.
a huge household name like Nene would. That would be. I'd be like, okay, I could kind of get that exception.
And what are we gonna
Melissa,
see? What is she
ooh,
gonna show? Like, what would her like if they were gonna bring her back? Think about one, what they gotta pay her. What, $1 million
yeah,
or more? Okay,
uh-huh.
we're gonna pay you that. What are you gonna give us to, and like, how can we invest? She has nothing to show. Like, the girls are
Right.
in college. I mean, I'm trying to like somebody give me something here. Help me out. I
Not
don't
the
know
girl
life
is in
vest.
college.
I mean, and then like seriously, that's well, that was her
The
storyline
girl's in
last
college.
season. Antonia
It
went
was
to
a great
college.
storyline. We loved
And
it.
I'm not being mean, y'all, because Melissa is gorgeous, and I think she would do great on like an
Agreed.
HGTV show. She would do
Mm-hmm.
great on like a lifestyle show. But showing your life, we are bored. You know what I want to see? You know what I want to see? I want to see all them people that Joe is allegedly scammed and not paid their money. That's the storyline I want to see. Let's put the real in Real Housewives and get into all those people
Listen,
that Joe
let's
Gorga has allegedly
I mean, in
go.
my opinion, Joe Gorga is more of a housewife than Melissa is.
let's
It's
talk
just one
about
of
what
those things. When you
Melissa
stack her up,
let's talk more about what Melissa brings because not only is Melissa
Is there
giving
much
us
to
a
talk
success.
about? Is there
Well,
much
let
to
this
me
talk
will be a
about?
short
let me get
conversation.
Yeah, this is a
let me
short
get it out.
conversation.
Let me get it out.
You can
What
get your 3 words out because that's about
let
as
me
much as that conversation needs.
okay, listen, I'm gonna take the high road as I always do. I'm
Okay.
not gonna go shade for shade. Let me focus. But listen, Melissa gives us a small business, a successful small business with Envy that is on the
Okay.
upward. And also, do not forget and don't minimize the fact that Joe Gorga, Melissa Gorga, over 20 years of marriage, the longest lasting Bravo couple on the network. That is
Wait a minute.
massive. That's massive. And
He,
it's
Mitch, she
aspirational.
lied.
Mm-mm.
Huh?
Mitch, she lied. That wasn't true. So we're saying that Melissa and Joe are the longest. I want to make sure we're getting it right. You said the
The
longest running
longest
what? I'm
running,
sorry.
the longest running Bravo couple, housewives
That's
couple.
not true.
Who's longer than the two of
Karen
them?
is long. Karen,
No, on
Karen, Potomac.
on the show.
You mean like
Melissa and Joe have been on the show for 12 seasons. 12
Oh,
seasons.
you mean like
As a
together?
couple. As a
what
couple.
about
They've
Kyle
been
and
on the show
Mauricio?
as a couple, the longest running Bravo
Does she
couple.
want a cookie? Like, I'll
On
get
the
her a
But
cookie, not a
listen,
sprinkle cookie, but I'll get her a
we
cookie.
have to give the applause for, because listen, Melissa has been through a lot. Teresa has tried to flame and torch their marriage. She really has.
Poor Melissa, honey.
She's put a lot of effort towards Joe Gorga seeing Melissa
Melissa, we are
differently
praying
because
for you.
she's not happy.
Melissa
Just
flamed and
get through it,
tortured
Melissa.
the relationship Teresa had with her family. She flamed and she tortured it. That's what she did.
Mitch,
She flamed and tortured the relationship he had with his father. She flamed and tortured it. That's what she did. But you know what? Their marriage,
But
as long as their marriage is good,
Melissa has
true love
sustained Mel,
thrives.
Melissa has sustained unbearable pressure on the other side. She really has.
Okay.
Looking at what Teresa has put her through, her marriage through,
What
and
has she put
over
Teresa
20
through? Her parents died.
over 20 years,
Her parents died.
over 20 years, and they're still intact, Joe and Melissa. That is incredible. It really is.
Mitch,
Mm.
are you ready? Are you really gonna look at me in the eyes, all of us in the eyes,
Yeah.
and say that Melissa brings more to the show than Teresa?
I think they bring two different things. They bring two different things. One thing that I appreciate about Melissa is a team player, and she's not going to hold
Is
on
she?
for dear. She's not going to hold on for dear life to the conflicts that she has and bring it to life every minute that she has. You got to have the conflict and
Mitch,
resolution.
you know this is crazy. Look at Rihanna's eyes in Damien's t-shirt. She's watching you and
Uh,
she's saying that's a four right there.
Well, Rihanna is
The
a team
side eye.
Teresa. She says it all the time.
Rihanna's team Teresa, honey. Look at
They
Rihanna.
asked
Them eyes are on you, Mitch. She said, "Don't with
I had
any
to
of
bring
them
back up.
BS, Mitch."
they asked Rihanna
She's
what
right
kind of mom
there.
she wanted to be like, and she said Teresa.
If we were all filming a show together, all five of us filming a show together, and
Or
Mitch, let's say
six.
you did not own Bro Chat. We're just filming it, and then come to find out tomorrow we show up and you're someone in your family that you thought you were cool with is there. And then they're feeding me and Victor and all of us information about you. Would you not be like, what the heck is going on with my family member? And why are they on this show with me? And why are they talking about me to my castmates? Would that not like send you over the edge?
Hasn't that happened before, but not like with family?
Ooh,
Wait, I
to
finna say whose
me,
family's been on here?
Ah,
I think someone did that.
No.
and I asked him how he got my phone number, and he says that he got my phone number, or Jin Shaw got my phone number from someone that me and Jim both know in common. You told Jin Shaw that you don't like me, and that you, Jin Shaw, and him, the three of you created a name for me, Mitch the.
Because I don't know what is photoshopped, what is not real.
The
Believing
three-
something from a screenshot.
And
Yeah, I got that today too.
I mean, my stomach is in knots. I'm sorry, just give me a second. I'm sorry.
My friendship with Mitch came about after his co-host at the time were in another group chat with a housewife, and then had all these negative
With
things to
Jen
say about
Shaw.
Mitch.
Like,
You know,
listen,
I
Come
think
on, Izzy, with the receipt.
my phone number was given to Jen Shaw. It's crazy. It's crazy. One of my co-hosts gave Jen Shaw my phone number, and I was getting calls from a no caller ID. I do think that's a betrayal. I do think that what I experienced
yeah.
was a betrayal.
okay.
And that's
But
a co-host.
yeah, not okay.
That's
But
not
Let
listen,
family.
family
That's a
do it.
co-host.
That wasn't
that's
even
not
family. That was
family.
a
That's a
co-host.
co-host. But I honestly look at each of you
It's
as
similar.
my bros on Bro Chat. I really do. But everyone
Yeah.
looking in, let us know what you
Oh,
think.
Mitch. No,
What?
no, 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 no. You did not answer the question. Damien said if you were in the situation Teresa was, would you have felt offended? Like, what? Did you just try to end the show? I know that's wrong. You better answer the question now.
What if I was Teresa, would
Girl.
I have been offended? I need to give it some more
Would you
thought.
have let it
I gotta
go?
think
Would you
about it
have
a little
moved
bit more.
on from that betrayal?
I'm not the king of forgiveness. I'm not the king of forgiveness, but it's something that I need to work on. And I am able to say that maybe Teresa should consider working on it too. Maybe. Perhaps.
Okay, we'll get
Um
Teresa and Mitch in counseling together for forgiveness. We'll take you
but
through the
everyone
steps
looking
to
in,
that.
everyone looking in, we're gonna find out how this whole cast turns out with New Jersey for next season. We don't know the final word. The Bros and Brush will be back. We will see you again next time. Don't forget your perspective matters.
Bye.